high ball by
Alexis Gabala leading the Spartans.
Snap to Escobar. Jay Escobar.
Jay run, Jay run, slides in with a leadoff triple.
Backhanded by McKay with a big winner by McKay.
Lakewood Youth Sports presents the 8 to 9-year-old Flag Football 2025 Championship with the Bolivar Bulldogs taking on the Mayford Dog Pound here at San Martin Park. Here's tonight's lineup.
David Austin, number 5.
My name is Journey Bradley, and I'm number 2.
My name is KJ, I'm number 17.
Danny Gordon, number 1.
Mason Coe, number 7.
Hi, my name is Jalissa Russell, number 9.
My name is Eli Smith, and my number is number 6.
My name is Malachi Smith, and I'm number 4.
Zandrina Sterner, number 14.
Phil Todd, number 3.
Jeffrey Bradley, head coach.
Damian Gordon, assistant coach.
Cameron Russell, assistant coach.
My name is Carter Alexander, and my number is 21.
My name is Akil Galura, and I'm number 14.
Hello, my name is Jimmy Lopez Cerque, and I'm number 00.
I'm Eddie Mojica, and I'm number 11.
Hello, my name is Evan Mojica, and I'm number 99.
Hi, my name is Zari Smith, number 7.
My name is Aiden Valdovinos, and I'm number 44.
Head coach, Junior Manu.
Assistant coach, Derek Smith.
Assistant coach, Francisco Valdovinos.
So the Bolivar Bulldogs in their red, white, and blue jerseys taking on the Mayfair Dog Pound in their dark blue jerseys, and it is the Bulldogs that will start off things offensively to get tonight's game here from San Martin Park. Glad to have you along with us, J.R. Ibarra with the City TV crew, and it's immediately a run right off the start, and just like that, Journey Bradley, your quarterback here for the Bulldogs, picks up maybe close to 3 yards on the carry. Nice stop there by Zuri Smith, who's on the line there for the Dog Pound. So taking a look at what we have in a flag football situation, it is a 60-yard field. They got to get to the essentially 20-yard line to pick up a first down. So it's second down now here for the Bulldogs. Once again, Journey Bradley is your quarterback. Got receivers spread left and right. And looking to pass. Bradley, and it is picked off. Just like that, it is a pick 6 for the Dog Pound. Evan Mojica, your lineman, comes up with the rock and puts up the first points on the scoreboard with just less than a minute of play here within the first quarter. So the Dog Pound strikes first blood off of a interception thrown by Bradley. She was checking right, threw it left, and Mojica was right there to pick it up. So here's the extra point attempt. That is done right at the 5-yard line. Valdovinos as your quarterback. He's going to run left, and looks like he'll get stopped right there shy of the goal line, so it'll only be 6 points on the scoreboard. But what a great way defensively to start off tonight's ball game here for the Dog Pound. So the Bolivar Bulldogs will go back on offense, starting from their own 5-yard line. Eli Smith is your center. You see Jalissa Russell and Danny Gordon on the line. It is Todd as one of your receivers. And Bradley on the give. Moving right and caught behind the line of scrimmage. Once again, Zuri Smith with great defensive work. That was David Austin, who normally lines up as a receiver, was in the backfield on the run. And it will be a loss here for the Bulldogs. So defensively, the Dog Pound has done exceptionally well here in the first quarter of play. Once again, it is 6 players on each squad, offensively and defensively. Bradley looking to throw, tosses it in, catch is made. And still rumbling. It is Eli Smith, your center, and he'll pick up the first down. Nice execution there by Bradley to Smith. That's another aspect here in the rules we haven't had a chance to talk about quite yet, but everyone is eligible as a receiver if they line up along the line of scrimmage. So even the center, LYS Smith, able to come up with a reception, picks up the first down, and it's a fresh set of downs here offensively for the Bulldogs. So great execution by the Dogs, and Bradley will continue on as your quarterback. Bradley on the run, turns the corner, is immediately stopped, picks up possibly 3 yards on the carry. So it makes it a second down scenario here for the Bulldogs. Russell and Gordon are essentially your linemen. But as we said, they are eligible to receive the football. Bradley taking the snap, looking right, looking long. And it is caught and brought down inside of the 10-yard line. Zoe Todd, your receiver, comes up with a rock on a long pass from Bradley. Picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal here for the Bulldogs. Bradley really heaved it up there and right in double coverage. Todd able to come down with a reception, and it's a 1st and goal scenario here for the Bulldogs. So Bradley with a fresh set of downs. High snap, looking in. Catch is made by Smith, your center. He'll take it right to about the 3-yard line where he's brought down. So 2nd down and goal situation here for the Dogs. Now another aspect, another rule here in flag football. Once you get inside that 5-yard marker, it is a no-run zone declared, meaning you can't run the football in for a score. It just kind of makes it a little bit more challenging offensively here for the offense, because you could easily spread out the defense and then simply run in for the score. But this way, you have to throw the football in order to come up with any kind of touchdown. So back to passes Russell again to Smith, and it is incomplete. He was in essentially triple coverage there, with Galera being one of your defenders. And it looks like we'll have a timeout down on the field here from San Martin Park. Great to have you along with us here on City TV. J.R. Ibarra, along with your award-winning crew here for City TV, bringing you this action in this 8 to 9-year-old flag football championship for 2025. There you see both coaching staffs having an opportunity to talk to their troops. As always, we are so appreciative for the many volunteers, the parents, the grandparents, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpas who put in such great volunteer time here in the city of Lakewood for Lakewood Youth Sports to make it the success that it is. So it's a 3rd down and goal situation here for the Bulldogs. Once again, they have to pass it into the end zone in order to come up with a score. There's no running in a no-run zone here inside the 5. Bradley looking to her left, looking, tosses it down the middle, and unfortunately goes incomplete. It looks like Danny Gordon was the intended receiver in on the play. So this brings up a 4th down scenario here for the Bulldogs. 4th down and goal. Once again, a reminder, it is a no-run zone. So now we had a change in quarterback. Eli Smith was once your center. Gordon is now at the center position. So Smith is going to take the snap. Unfortunately, bobbles the football. It falls dead. Another aspect in the rules here is if the ball fumbles, it is dead. It is not a live ball, so unfortunately it cannot be advanced on either defense or offense at that point. So it's a turnover on downs. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs not able to come up with any points on the scoreboard after having a really good drive here in this first quarter of play as they trail it by 6. So Aiden Valdovinos will be your quarterback here for the Dog Pound. Looks like Galora will be spread as a receiver, as well as Jimmy Lopez. On the line, it is Eddie and Evan Mojica along with Zuri Smith. So Valdovinos, your quarterback. High snap. give us to Smith. She's going to rumble to the left and picks up about 3 to 4 yards before being stopped. Looks like it is Todd making the stop there for the Bulldogs. So nice run by Smith. Makes it a second down situation here. Once again, this is a 60-yard field. So essentially you have 20-yard sectors. So you have to get it past the 20-yard line in order to pick up a fresh set of downs here. So that's what they're looking for here in this series of downs. Valdovinos continues to be your quarterback. Going to have 3 receivers out to the left. Looking to his left and just deflected. Zoe Todd with great defensive work. Smith being the intended receiver. So great defensive work by both squads early here in this first quarter of play. Makes it now a third down situation for the Mayfair Dog Pound. Valdovinos comes in from the sideline where he gets his play. And Galera and Lopez will once again be your receivers spread right and left. Valdovinos has 3 receivers to the left. He's going to take the football. Flag on the play, and he is finally stopped. We will see what the call will be. It's very possibly that he was guarding the flag, which he can't do. Again, there's really some unique rules here in flag football. Yeah, it was a guarding the flag call. So it's a loss of down, so it makes it a 4th down situation here for the Dog Pound. First flag of the night goes in favor of the Bulldogs, and unfortunately it puts the Dog Pound way back towards the goal line. So this really sets them back here with a 4th down situation. So they have to get it to that next sector to get a first down, but it's a real challenge right now as they're inside the 5-yard line. Valdovinos coming back in with the play. Once again, it's Galera and Lopez as spread receivers. High snap. Valdovinos looking long. Catch is just dropped. Unfortunately, Jimmy Lopez, the intended receiver, had a handle on it momentarily and drops the football. So that is a turnover on downs. This gives extremely favorable field position here for the Bulldogs. So it looks like we got to change also. We got Keenan Fleets will be your center. And now Malachi Smith will be the quarterback here for the Bulldogs. You also have Zandria Sterner on the line. Smith looking, tosses it out to his right. It is Bradley in for the score. Just like that, the Bulldogs get on the scoreboard and tie things up here at 6. So a change in the backfield, putting Bradley as a receiver, comes up with dividends here. They're going to try now for their extra point attempt. So Malachi Smith will continue to be your quarterback now. Journey Bradley spread right, Todd left. Toss over to Todd. He has it all alone in the end zone. So that'll pick up the extra point. So now the Bulldogs will lead this contest by 1. Early here in the first quarter of play from San Martin Park in the beautiful city of Lakewood. Nice matchup between the Bolivar Bulldogs and the Mayfair Dog Pound. So now the Dog Pound will operate with a first down and 10. They'll get a fresh set of downs here to try to get things going offensively. They've done and have looked pretty well defensively through this contest. Eddie Mojica operating as the center. Lopez. And it's a reverse. It is a double reverse with Smith on the carry. She'll pick up about 5. Todd, once again, your stop, making the stop there for the Bulldogs. So Smith being utilized a couple of times here on a running situation. We'll pick up a few yards and come up here with a second down. So you got two receivers, spread left, and we have a whistle on the play. Looks like we got another marker. False start by the offense. So another little mental mistake here by the Dog Pound will set themselves back. Their second flag of the night. So this will make it just a little bit more of a challenge to try to get to that next sector there to try to pick up a fresh set of downs. Valdovinos back to pass. Looking, toss is made and caught. Mojica with the reception. Gets past that original line of scrimmage, so it looks like they'll be close to the first down marker, and that will end the first quarter. The Bolivar Bulldogs leading this one by 1 point. We'll come up with the second quarter next. Getting ready to rumble here for the second quarter with the Bolivar Bulldogs. On defense, the Dog Pound. Quick snap, and I think we may have another flag. There may not be a flag. I don't see a flag. There was a whistle to stop play, so I think the referee's just simply instructing everybody, have everybody get set first. Okay, so the whistle was not blown in play, so that means there's not a penalty. Carter Alexander's now your center here for the Dog Pound. A high snap over to Valdovinos. He's looking, gets scrambled out of the pocket. Catch almost made there by Alexander. Comes up as incomplete and will bring up a second down scenario. Actually, it's a fourth down. Excuse me. 2 downs behind. Got myself a little turn behind because we do have a change of direction in the field because of the beginning of the second quarter. So it's a fourth down situation. It's just a few yards, but it is a no-run zone here for the Dog Pound. Once again, when you get inside that 5-yard line marker to the first down line or to the end zone, it becomes mandatory to pass the football versus being able to run it. So Valdovinos looking to throw. Catch is made, and a first down will be picked up by Lopez. Actually, it looks like that might have been Evan Mojica. My faux pas on that one. So it's a first down situation after the catch by Mojica. It was Evan Mojica who came up with a pick six early on in this first half of the game. Mojica will be in an I formation just behind Valdovinos. It is a give to Galura. On the run, maybe a yard on the carry. Nice stop made by Eli Smith. So timeout on the field. It is still 7-6 with the Bulldogs in the lead. Head coach Jeffrey Bradley for the Bulldogs, talking things over with his staff of Damian Gordon and Cam Russell with his squad. Second down situation here for the Dog Pound. Alexander remains as your center. Valdovinos dropping back to pass. Has plenty of time. Tosses it out. Galura makes the reception and is brought down after a pickup of about 3 on the reception. David Austin making the stop there for the Bulldogs. Third down situation. Once again, they got to get it to that next sector in order to pick up a fresh set of downs. And it's a running situation for Valdovinos. Turns the corner, will pick up about 5 to 6 yards on the carry till he's finally brought down by Todd. So head coach Junior Manu talking things over with Valdovinos there on the sideline. So it'll be close to a first down, shy by 6 yards or so. Actually, they'll put it on the 5-yard line marker. Okay, since it is on the 5-down marker, it is a no-run zone declared by the referees. So they'll have to pass it in order to come up with a first down. So Valdovinos will come back in the huddle. Galura spread left. Lopez spread right. Smith and Mojica along the line. And taking a short timeout. Carteret Allender making an equipment adjustment. Everybody has to wear their belt of flags. So it looks like we're going to switch up. Looks like Smith is going to spread right now. And Lopez kind of in an H-back situation. 4th down scenario here for the dog pound. Valdovinos looking and looking. Gets chased out of the pocket, is taken down. So that'll be a turnover on downs here with Danny Gordon making the stop. Nicely done defensively here by the Bulldogs. First down scenario here. Bradley's going to go back to the quarterback position. Looks like Smith will go back to the center position. It'll be Todd and Austin spread as your receivers. High snap. Bradley looking long. Almost picked off by Mojica once again. David Austin was your intended receiver. Second and long. It is the Bulldogs with a 7-6 lead here in the second quarter play at San Martin Park here in the beautiful city of Lakewood. Bradley going to go on the keeper. Turns the corner. Looks like we'll pick up the first down. What a great run by Journey Bradley to come up with a fresh set of downs here for the Bulldogs. "16 yards on the run to pick up the first down." Looks like a little bit of a change here. Fleets will go to the center position and Zandria Sterner will be on the line in a utility. Looks like Bradley will line up as a receiver. Jalissa Russell will be on the line as well. Actually, Russell's going to come out on the replacement, and it'll also be Mason Coe in on the line here for the Bulldogs. Malachi Smith will now be your quarterback here for the Bulldogs. Bradley and Austin spread right. Smith looking long, tosses it up. Almost picked off by Zuri Smith. Todd was the intended receiver, and Smith almost had a handle on it. She's been doing a great job defensively so far here for the Dog Pound. So Sterner will be lined up in the backfield here, looking like a running back. High snap, and once again, the ball is dead if you fumble it. There's no live recoveries here in the rule book. So it'll be a loss of yardage here, almost a loss of 5. So it's a third down situation here. Malachi Smith continues to be your quarterback for the Bulldogs. High snap, got a hold of it, toss over, almost picked off by Galura. Oh, baby. If he had been able to hold on to that, there was plenty of green in his eyesight. And unfortunately, it goes incomplete. So it brings up a 4th down situation, and the Bulldogs will elect to punt the football. Again, another aspect in the rule book, they get backed up by about 10 yards here. Maybe a little bit more like 5 to come up with a punt. There's no return on the punt. So wherever the ball winds up, that's where it will be spotted. And that's where the dog pound will have it with a 1st down. 7-6 is the score with the ball of our Bulldogs leading the Mayfair Dog Pound. J.R. Ibarra along with you here on the City TV crew, bringing you all the action in this 8 to 9-year-old flag football championship for 2025. So essentially the ball gets spotted right at about the 10-yard line. Valdivinos will continue to be your quarterback. Galora will be spread left. Lopez spread right. And whistle on the play. Offsides being declared on the offense. So somebody might have been in the neutral zone to come up with that infraction. So they'll lose 5 on the play. So that is the 3rd flag of the night against the Dog Pound. Lost somewhere in the neighborhood of about 15 yards on penalties so far. So getting backed up, Valdivinos going to look at to pass the football. Looking to his left. Catch is made by Mojica and finally brought down. Pick up maybe about 5 yards on the reception. That is Eddie Mojica making the reception there for the Dog Pound. So 2nd down scenario, they still got to get into the next sector to get a fresh set of downs. The Dog Pound trailing by 1 here in the first half of play. Valdivinos on the give to Smith. Turns the corner and she is stopped almost immediately. Malachi Smith coming up with the stop. Maybe gets a yard on the carry. Smith has really great speed, and that's why she gets utilized quite often there on running situations. But it is a 3rd down situation here for the Dog Pound. Still got a few yards before getting into that next sector to come up with a 1st down scenario. And it looks like that will end the first half as we go into halftime. It's the ball of our Bulldogs leading by 1. Third quarter play here from San Martin Park. It is a 1-point advantage here for the ball of our Bulldogs over the Mayfair Dog Pound, 7-6. Been kind of a defensive battle so far in this contest. So the Dog Pound will start off the third quarter. It is a give to Lopez. Lopez still looking for some daylight. Will pick up maybe a yard on the carry. It'll be Malachi Smith making the stop there for the Bulldogs. Nice, pleasant night here in the beautiful city of Lakewood to bring you all this action here via City TV. This is your 8 to 9-year-old flag football championships here for 2025. So Golura will be spread out left. Carter Alexander as your center. The give is to Zuri Smith. Rounds the corner and looks like we'll pick up the first down. So a fresh set of downs here for the Dog Pound after a nice pickup by Zuri Smith. Once again, the speed that she utilizes has been very effective or shows itself with a lot of potential there for the dog pound. So Valdovinos comes in here with a first down situation. His team trailing by 1. Valdovinos looking around, tosses it off to Galura, who drops it incomplete. Makes it now second down for the dog pound. So in order to get a fresh set of downs, they got to get into that next sector, which is about 19 yards away here for the dog pound. Smith on the line now, and it'll be a run by Valdovinos. Bit of daylight, stays on his feet, finally pushed out of bounds. Really nice pickup, and we got a flag on the play. Might be called for flag guarding. We'll see what happens here. Little conference call here by your zebra stripes.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct. Did not try for the flags. He pushed him out of bounds.
Oh, it'll be unsportsmanlike against the Bulldogs. So what the situation was, instead of trying to pull the flag, you can't push your opponent outside. So in addition to the pickup on the run by Valdovinos, it is a unsportsmanlike conduct. 15-yard penalty that makes an automatic first down here and a first and goal situation for the dog pound. So a really huge pickup here for the dog pound. So the dog pound here with a golden situation to potentially get something back on the scoreboard here. Valdovinos with a low snap. Looking to his left. Tosses it out to his right. Catch is dropped. Unfortunately, Jimmy Lopez not able to come up with the rock, being defended by Danny Gordon. Second down situation here for the dog pound. Second down and goal, if you will. Lopez spread right. 3 receivers to the left. Valdovinos on the... Thought he was going to keep it in. It's picked up by Todd. He is brought down, and just like that, the threat to score has been squelched. Zoe Todd, who's come up big time here on the pick, just when the Bulldogs really need to step things up defensively, and they'll have the football on offense. First down scenario here for the Bolivar Bulldogs, leading this contest by 1. Jalissa Russell will be in the backfield there with Malachi Smith. Eli Smith as your center. Journey Bradley spread left as a receiver. The give is to Russell. Russell just shy of the first down. Looks like there's a flag. There might be a guarding flag penalty here. We'll see the call. So the 5-yard penalty along with loss of down. Unfortunately, Russell was guarding the flag. It's a natural reaction. Hey, I would do it too if I was playing. So this will back things up here for the Bulldogs. So that good run there by Jalissa Russell gets nullified. Fleets will now come in as your center, and Bradley is going to go back to the quarterback position. Also have Mason Cole will be spread out left as a receiver. David Austin along the line, along with Zandria Sterner. So it'll be a second down situation. Bradley back at quarterback. Bradley looking things over on the snap. Will be a keeper, has some daylight to her right, picks up the first down and more along the sideline. She's going to go all the way and score. Journey Bradley comes up with 6, just like that on a run. And it's the Bulldogs up 13-6. Close to 50 yards on the run for the touchdown. This will now be the point after attempt. Bradley with blazing speed along the sideline comes up with the 6. So now this is the point after attempt. It is a no-run zone, so it has to be passed into the end zone. Tosses to the left just over the intended receiver of Mason Coe. So they come up empty-handed on that one, but still it'll be a 13-6 lead here by the Bulldogs. We're in the third quarter of play here. Valdovinos comes in off of the sidelines with a fresh set of plays here. Smith lined up in a slot. Valdovinos on the keeper. Gets pursued, turns the corner, turns it up, stays on his feet, picks up the first down. Valdovinos finally stopped before the next sector line, but not after he picks up a first down and gets some great field position here for the dog pound. So the dog pound just needs less than about a foot to pick up another fresh set of downs here. Beautiful run there by Valdovinos. Looks like it was pretty much designed from the start to be a running play. The formation that the dog pound was showing, they had 3 receivers spread to the left of Valdovinos. Kind of pulled the defense over there, and then Valdovinos took it off to the right side of the field. High snap. Valdovinos looking for a receiver. Galura right there, and unfortunately drops the football. Once again, just a reminder, since they are in that 5-yard zone, it is a no-run zone, so you're kind of wondering why didn't Valdovinos run it. Unfortunately, he can't by the rules. Once again, it just gives the challenge a little bit more to the offense because you could easily spread out the defense and just run it in for the easy first down. But the dog pound just needs to get past that marker there to come up with another fresh set of downs. Valdovinos looking down, tosses it off to Mojica, and it is dropped. So 2 unfortunate incomplete drops here for the dog pound. Just a foot away from getting a first down. So it's a third down situation here for the dog pound. Valdovinos coming in off of the sidelines after talking things over with head coach Junior Manu. Valdovinos looking around, trying to find an open receiver, and catch is made for the first down. Galura comes up with the reception. So third time is a charm there for the dog pound. Now makes it a 1st and goal situation. Time beginning to wind down here in the third quarter of play. Lopez spread right. Run by Galora. Turns the corner and is going to get stopped by Todd after a pickup of close to 2 on the carry. Actually, maybe a little bit more of a pickup of 3, maybe 4. So it's a second down and goal situation. Dog Pound in a real good spot here to try to put something up on the scoreboard here in this third quarter of play. Valdivino's going to spread out his receivers on the snap. Is able to run it, turns it around the corner, and takes it in for the score. Right as the quarter ends, Valdivinos, with his great speed and agility, makes it now a 1-point deficit here for the Dog Pound. Once again, we are in the third quarter of play. Actually, now we will turn things over in the fourth quarter momentarily, but this will be the point after attempt here by the Dog Pound. Very nice play calling here by Junior Manu, your head coach for the Dog Pound. Mixing things up with a combination of passes and a great running back here, as well as being a great quarterback in Valdivinos. Valdivinos now going to look to pass it. Has an open receiver in Smith, and she'll take it in for the score. So just like that, the Dog Pound are on top by 1. We'll hit ourselves into the fourth quarter. Starting things off in the fourth quarter of play, it looks like it'll be Malachi Smith back at the quarterback position, Sterner in the running back, and she'll be given the ball and brought down in the backfield for a loss of close to 2. Galora making the stop there for the Dog Pound. So 1-point advantage, 14-13 here for the Dog Pound as we're early here in the fourth quarter of play. This is the championship matchup in the 8 to 9-year-old flag football here for Lakewood Youth Sports for 2025. Great to have you along with us here via City TV. So Malachi Smith will remain as your quarterback. It is Keenan Fleets as your center. And it'll be Smith on the carry. Tries to turn things up, is brought down there by one of the Mohicas. Evan Mojica on the stop. Pickup of close to 3. So just under 10 yards to get to that next fresh set of downs at the next sector line here. Malachi Smith remaining as your quarterback. Journey Bradley spread out as a receiver to the right. Toss out to Fleets. Fleets tries to turn it up and is brought down maybe a yard on the reception. So it's a fourth down situation, and it looks like it will be a punt here by the Bulldogs. And once again, they have to pace off a few yards. Malachi Smith will be your punter here for the Bulldogs. So the Dogs not able to generate anything offensively. High kick right at about the 21-yard line, essentially. So really good field position here for the Dog Pound. So the Dog Pound leading by 1. Valdivino's going to come in, remains as your quarterback. Carter Alexander will be your center. Galura spread to the left, Lopez right. On the line will be Mojica and Smith. Valdovinos looking left, tosses it out to Alexander, who gets pulled down, but not until they come up with a first down reception here by Carter Alexander. So it's essentially a first down and goal situation here for the Dog Pound. Fourth quarter of play, Dog Pound leading by 1. But now kind of in a threatening situation here, being deep into the Bulldogs territory. Got 3 receivers spread right. Valdovinos gets chased out of the pocket. Looking left. Catch is made and dropped. Carter Alexander, the intended receiver. And Malachi Smith there defending on the play for the Bulldogs. So it's a second down situation here for the Dog Pound. Time beginning to march on here, with the Dog Pound having a 1-point advantage. Valdovinos is going to run it out of the pocket, has some daylight, turns it up, and will score. Valdovinos once again with a great run, comes up with 6 on the scoreboard. As we take a timeout down on the field. So the Mayfair Dog Pound offensively has done things exceptionally well in the running department, as Valdovinos, with great speed and agility, turns that corner and comes up with 6 points, and here will be the point after attempt. Alexander, your center. Valdovinos has been your quarterback the entire time of this contest. We'll be looking for a receiver. Looking to his left, and just underneath the reach of Zuri Smith. David Austin was there defending for the Bulldogs. So it's 20-13 here in the fourth quarter of play. Time beginning to be a factor here for the Bulldogs. Looks like Malachi Smith will be as your quarterback. Eli Smith as your center. Zoe Todd spread left as a receiver. A little bit of an equipment adjustment here for Austin. Once again, just trying to make sure everybody has their belts on securely. So it's a first down situation. Got to get to that next sector for a fresh set of downs. Smith as your quarterback sends somebody in motion. We may have a false start. Yep, false start. So unfortunately, it looks like Todd was being sent in motion, but unfortunately went forward ahead of time, and that caused a false start. So that'll push back the Bulldogs a few yards here. Makes it that much more challenging to get to that next sector for the fresh set of downs. Jalissa Russell back into the game, will be on the line. Now sending motion. Give goes to Todd. It's a reverse to Bradley. She's got some daylight. One man to beat. And she's brought down by Zuri Smith. But not after a big pickup and a first down run. It was a touchdown saving stop by Smith. So you got speedster against speedster here with Smith and Bradley. But it's a big pickup and a first down situation here for the Bulldogs. It is a no-run zone, so they do have to pass it to pick up that next fresh set of downs. Malachi Smith remains your quarterback. High snap, toss it out to Bradley. Turns the corner and gets the first down after a pickup. About 7 yards on the reception. So trailing in this contest, the Bulldogs trying to make things happen offensively with a first down and goal situation now. I'll say about 17 yards till they get to the end zone marker. Looks like the receivers will stack it up almost in an I formation here along the right side there for the Bulldogs. Bradley being the head of that spear. The give to Austin, turns the corner, doubles back, has a bit of daylight, doubles back again, finally brought down by Mojica. Pickup of about 4 yards on the carry. Second down situation, second down and goal, if you will, here for the Bulldogs. So Malachi Smith looks like he'll continue to be your quarterback. Austin and Bradley to the left of Smith. Smith looking long. Heaves it up and the catch is made for the touchdown. Zoe Todd comes up with a rock and the Bulldogs trail it by 1. Todd with another big-time reception. He had a very big one there in the first quarter play. Comes up with 6 on this one. So now here comes the point after attempt here by the Bulldogs. Time beginning to be a factor here in this contest. Smith looking right, tosses it right, and the catch is made by Bradley in for the point after. So we are tied up at 20. Great contest here between the Dog Pound and the Bulldogs. It's been a dogfight, if you will, here at San Martin Park in the beautiful city of Lakewood. Couldn't ask for a better scenario between the 8- and 9-year-old flag football championships here for 2025. So apparently we're just inside the 5-minute mark, more specifically like 3 minutes. And it'll be a reverse, a double reverse with Smith. Turns the corner and is brought down after a pickup. Austin making the stop there for the Bulldogs. Time is now the factor here for both of these squads. Second down situation here for the Dog Pound. The running game has essentially been the most effective here for the Dog Pound through most of this contest. Valdovinos now going to drop back looking for a receiver. Looking out to his left. Has Lopez for the reception. Actually, that is one of the Mohicas. That is Eddie Mojica. Comes up with a first down. Nicely done. So it looks like we got a timeout down on the field there by Junior Manu. As time begins to be a factor here for both of these squads. First down situation here for the Dog Pound. Valdovinos It's going to get chased out of the backfield. Gets stopped by a nice grab there by Malachi Smith. A pickup of close to 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry. Second down situation here for the dog pound. So time beginning to be a real key factor here in this contest. Valdovinos has done an exceptional job directing this offense here for the dog pound. Valdovinos looking for a receiver, looking kind of long. Catch is made by Galura. Nice pickup. It'll be shy of the first down, but a very nice reception there by Akio Galura.
We have third down.
Third down, we'll call it 3rd and 6.
1 minute, 10 seconds.
As you heard from the referee, we got just over a minute remaining in this contest. So the dogs, really, the dog pound, now up against the clock here. Zuri Smith in the backfield. Valdovinos going to keep the football, takes it in, grabs and turns it up and looks like he will score. Valdovinos does it once again with his legs. Did a great job of confusing the defense, thinking it was going to be a passing situation. He was just a yard beyond the no-run zone, so he was eligible to take the football, turns it up, turns it in, and puts 6 on the scoreboard. Now here's the point after attempt as time is getting close to expiration here. So now the Bulldogs backs against the wall from a time standpoint. Valdovinos is going to get chased, tosses it up, and it is incomplete. Looks like it was intended for one of the Mohicas, but it is a 6-point advantage here with time being a real key factor against the Bulldogs. So it's 1st and long, if you will, to try to get some points on the scoreboard to tie this up. Malachi Smith will be your quarterback. Looks like Bradley will be spread right as a receiver. Todd spread left. Russell and Austin on the line. Actually, Gordon and Austin. Smith looking for receiver. Tosses it to his left. Falls incomplete. So it looks like it'll be a brief timeout down on the field, taken by the Bulldogs. Head coach Jeffrey Bradley wants to have a talk over with the troops. This is really a back against the wall situation here for Bolivar. Once again, so great to have you along with us here on City TV. J.R. Ibarra, along with our award-winning crew, bringing you all the action in this 8 to 9-year-old flag football championship for 2025. Here's your Junior Manu, your head coach there for the Mayfair Dog Pound, talking things over, making sure his defensive squad is in check in this very crucial set of downs. Second down situation. Needing about 10 to get to that next sector. Smith on the count. Looking to the right. Tosses it off to Bradley. Just shy and short. Will be incomplete. Third down situation. So it looks like Malachi Smith will come out from the quarterback position. Now Bradley back as the quarterback. Keenan Fleece will now be your center. Eli Smith will be spread out as a receiver. So Bradley, let's see if she runs this because she's been really good on the ground. And yep, she's going to get chased out of the pocket and hauled down right at about the line of scrimmage. Great defensive work here by the dog pound. So it is a must-do situation here as we have a timeout down on the field here taken by the Bulldogs. Down essentially to their final down. Junior Manu, the head coach there, along with Derek Smith, telling their troops just to be careful for the long pass possibly here as the dog pound tries to make a defensive stance against the Bulldogs. Francisco Valdovinos also part of that coaching squad there for the dog pound. So time winding down here in the fourth quarter of play. It is a must-do situation here for the Bulldogs on a fourth down scenario. Bradley will be spread out right as a receiver. It'll be once again Malachi Smith back in as quarterback and Eli Smith as your center. Gordon on the line along with Austin. Smith looking long. Almost picked off. So that will be a turnover on downs here that goes in favor of the dog pound. This will also give them a first down and goal situation. So the dog pound fully in command of this contest here, late in the fourth quarter play, with time winding down. Valdovinos will have one of the Mohicas lined up in an I formation, and the give is to Lopez. Turns the corner, turns it right back, and is finally brought down, I think just shy of the goal line. Or will they give him? No, don't see any indication yet. And it looks like we have a flag on the play. So it looks like that could get nullified. Was guarding the flag here by the offense. That'll be a backup on yardage and a loss of downs. So a really great run is nullified by the penalty flag. Nonetheless, the dog pound still firmly in command here with a second down and goal situation. High snap, Valdovinos. And that will end the game. So the Mayfair Dog Pound comes up big time with the win and the championship here at San Martin Park. The Dog Pound really had an effective use of running the football through this contest, and thanks very much in part to Aiden Valdovinos, your quarterback. But a really hard-fought game. The Bulldogs put up a really good fight as well, so this really is a very great showing by both of these squads as they'll come and congratulate each other here at center field. So for all of us here at City TV, our thanks to you and our congratulations goes out to the Mayfair Dog Pound as they're the champions in the 8 to 9-year-olds here for 2025. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time, folks.